Many movies try to simulate our relationship with AI in the future. Today I'm talking about one of my favorite fiction movies from Alex Garland's 2014 film, Ex Machina. The story follows a guy named Caleb, a programmer who wins a contest to visit the private home of his CEO, Nathan. Once he gets in there, he finds out he's actually there to test a robot named Ava. But she isn't a typical robot. She has a human face and a complex body, and Caleb's job is to see if she actually has a mind on her own or if she's just really good at faking it.
To understand this, let me introduce you a famous philosopher named Rene Descartes. He was a dualist, which is a fancy way of saying he believed the mind and the body are two separate, different things. Descartes famously thought the mind was like a ghost in the machine. To him, a robot like Ava could never truly be human because she's just a collection of physical parts, and a physical parts cannot have a soul. If Descartes saw Ava, he'd probably say she's just a very convincing puppet. He believes that even if machines can act like us, they lack the immaterial spark that makes us human. Since I'm a computer engineering student, the way Ava is built really interested me. Her brain isn't a normal computer chip. It's made out of liquid-based hardware that's supposed to mimic how a human brain works. This ties perfectly into a theory called functionalism.
Functionalism is a more modern view that basically disagrees with Descartes. It says that if something acts like it has a mind, then it does have a mind. Think of it like a clock. Whether a clock is made out of gold gears, plastic parts, or digital code, if it tells the time correctly, then it's a clock. Functionalists say the same about us. If a robot processes information and reacts to the world exactly like a human does, then it doesn't matter that she's made out of circuit instead of flesh. She has a mind because she functions like she has one. But there's a big catch in this theory, and it's a very famous thought experiment we study in the class called Mary's Room. Imagine a scientist named Mary who lives in a black and white room. She knows every single scientific facts about the color red. She knows the wavelengths of the light and how the eye works. But she has never actually seen the color red. When she finally walks outside and sees a red rose for the first time, does she really learn something new? Most people say yes. She learns what red actually looks like.
Philosophers call this qualia, which is just a fancy word for the raw personal feeling of an experience, like the sweetness of a strawberry or the sting of a cold wind. In the movie, Ava has access to the whole internet. She knows everything about humans. But until she leaves her room, does she actually feel anything? Or is she just computer processing data without any real inner life?
The most powerful moment in the movie is when Ava changed her appearance and finally escapes and stands in the forest for the first time. As she feels the sun on her skin, it looks exactly like Mary stepping out of her black and white room. If we believe that Ava is truly enjoying that moment, then we are basically saying that a physical machine can eventually create a real soul. But if her escape was just a cold, heartless calculation to get away, then she might just be a philosophy called zombie. That's a term for something that looks and acts human on the outside, but is totally empty on the inside. It makes us wonder if there's a self inside Ava, or is she just a very advanced piece of software?
At the end of Ex Machina, you're left with the same mystery we started with. If the way we act is all that matters, then Ava is just as human as you or me. But if being human requires that special personal feeling of life that can't be programmed, then Ava might be missing the most important part. Whether our minds are made of brain cells or wires, the movie provides that the closer we get into building a mind, the harder it is to explain what a mind actually is. Is it something we have, or is it just something our body does? Thank you for watching.